The hell? Mic check, mic check. Hear me now? Can't hear me still? No sound? Still no sound. Julie Tapper, can you hear me now? Yes? All right, we're good to go. Black Eagle. Charlotte's Law says thumbs up, good to go. All right. Derringer, thank you. All right, nuns. Hear you loud and clear. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers, law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Whatever your job description is, shout out to you. Shout out to the payroll attendees, even though on Friday we normally shout you out still, but I guess you're there doing your work during the week. Shout out to the barbers. Shout out to barbers in barbershops, hairdressers in beauty salons, beauticians. Shout out to whatever it is you do for a living. Shout out to you. You get up, get out, work, or even work from home, but you work to earn your daily bread. Shout out to you. Here we are on this beautiful Monday morning. Today is the 24th of November, 2025, and we're happy to be here. Just so my whole audience is on the same page that I am on, this week the children are off from school for the entire week. Dental assistants, you're the finest. Dental assistants are big up to the dental assistants. Them shout out to y'all as well. Essential workers. And I would tell everybody to go see the dentist at least once a year, don't it? Yeah. So we're on the same page. The children are off from school for the entire week, right? And that means the kids are in the house and all these other kind of things. I will be doing the live at random times. So it's going to be, and I prefer to do it earlier when the babies are here, because then it leaves me with the rest of the day to do things with them. And also other things are going on. You know what I'm saying? So give me a chance to participate in those things. Kind of like one of the perks of entrepreneurship is like you can set your own schedule and work it accordingly. Hopefully your audience comes along with it for the ride. Sometimes it's good for a little bit of change. I figure the people who normally start work really, really early and are not able to tune in, we can catch them and they'll have a perk because they'll have a week where they'll be able to catch up live. I don't know if everybody is going to be able to catch it that early in the morning, but you will catch up sometime before it ends, I guess, right? All right, so that's what's going on the personal side of things. As far as how long we're going to be on screen this morning, I don't really know because, like I said, the babies are here. The children are off from school. Not only in my life, I'm sure in other people's lives too. You're picking them there, your yard. For those of you who live in the state of Florida, especially if you have children, school is out. This week is called Thanksgiving week, leading up to Thanksgiving Day. Whether you celebrate it or not, that's how it goes, right? So I can watch early. My workday begins at 4 a.m. Jeez. See, Nance, so you're one of the people who you're going to be able to tune in early. Quite a few people have said that, you know. Them say, man, SouFlo, once I got to that 8:30 something start there, me start work 6 o'clock a morning time, but usually me will still tune in and teeth a little hour. But you know, by the time the boss come in and all them something they have to on your P's and Q's, so we can't really watch. And then there are those who get off late, early morning from late night work and all that. Them say by the time you start 8:30, brother, me gonna sleep because I'm tired. Me work whole night. So we've been missing out on a lot of people adjusting, but we've gained a bigger audience by that adjustment as well. You can't please everybody. You can't please everybody, even though I try, right? So just know, say I love same way, manners and respect same way, and tune in when you can and catch it. Anyway, one more thing I'm going to say is what? Oh yeah. Leading up to the holidays, the Thanksgiving holiday, this is where people cook them turkey and get together with their family and all that. You don't have to celebrate the holiday per se, because if you know true history, this holiday is not favorable to a lot of people for a lot of real reasons. However, it is a commercialized holiday, so we celebrate even when we don't want to celebrate it, kind of thing. So here we are, moving forward to Thanksgiving um, holiday day. May your Thanksgiving holiday day be a day filled with family surrounding you and people who love you, and not necessarily all about the turkey and them kind of something there. All right. And be conscious of what the true history is behind all that. We don't tell people what to celebrate and what not to celebrate. We're in 2025. We're on information highway. It is up to you. You gather what information you want to gather. If people are not interested, then there's no reason trying to sell them something they're not interested in, right? Me no mind putting my headphone when there's no patience, but love the early morning. All right, Young the Finest says, up man, Pussy G, big up yourself. Thank you for being here bright and early. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Curse in the building with us as well this morning. I never shout out everybody this morning like I normally do, but we're going to get into our topics because I don't know how long I'm going to be on screen this morning. I actually don't want to be on screen too long this morning. I'm going to tell you the truth. The beach still good. It's cold in some places, but here in South Florida where I'm at, the beach is still good. I took the kids to the beach 2 days ago, and they had a ball. Them stripped down and jumping in the water and enjoy themselves and everything. I'm locked up in my house, and I'm thinking, man, the pool too cold for going up. The beach water probably too cold. Outside feel chilly. Put my head outside. It was warm. Tell the kids, let's go to the beach. When I got to the beach, a beer G-string me see at the beach. So I was like, yo, life is happening even when you're sitting still thinking, let me just stay inside because it's chilly. I'm talking about beer, batty jar, me sip on the beach. All of the women them like they were out in nothing but thongs and G-strings. And I arrived at the beach like, yo, the sun a bun me too. So how it did feel so cold in the house? I don't know, my AC must have did that on like 70 or something. So you need to get out the house and go enjoy summer outside. So I got the children here. I plan on taking them outside. All right. So far, I cannot get through to the lighting place. You can't get through to the lighting place. Really? Let me see something real quick. Media assets. Okay. Let me run this ad real quick for you right here, and I'll be right back. All right, my Jamaican people, let's take a break from our scheduled program here and get into this. Dawanda? All right. Let me run this for you real quick. For those of you, let me set this up real quick. For those of you who have people in Jamaica, you know, so right now, JPS, I try get everybody light back on, but we've been trying to tell you all before hurricane. You see this? This is what you call being proactive instead of reactive. Don't wait for something to happen to you. Be prepared in case things happen. We've been pushing this one right here. This is a company run by a sister who goes through me to promote her stuff. And I've been telling my audience that if you have people in Jamaica who live in a certain places like all up in the hills, which part me come from. Yo, when me come from dark, friend, I wouldn't advise you to even come drive up there during nighttime because we don't have street light, moonlight, no shine through this, so or nothing. I just be a peony while you see. It dark. You can't even see a hand before your face like this. And we barely have street lights. We are way up in the mountains. But guess what? The sun shines all day long. So this is the solar powered lights. When Vicky used to be our friend, Vicky used to call it the moon pan stick because it looked like a moon on a stick. Put it up there and it powered by the sun and it light up your place and you control it from the ground by a remote control. This lady has people on the ground in Jamaica that she will send them to your people address and they will go install it for them and teach them how it works with the remote, dim it, light it back up, make it brighter, all this stuff, and then you pay a little money, and that is that, right? If you have these, you don't so much have to worry about JPS coming to turn on your lights because you'll be good. And she has the ones for the interior of the house. It's like some bulb where you charge outside during the day and you plug them in, like how you screw in your regular bulb and then light up the house same way, right? So go on and you see, Bullerman says not even a RIP to Jimmy Cliff. Question mark. Bullerman, you have to be more in tuned. But way ahead of your friend. We did more than a RIP. You're late. All right. So I'm going to run this commercial right now for that sister so everybody sees this commercial. Get the number down. You don't have to be in Jamaica. You get in touch with her. You send somebody to your people in place. You get in touch with her. They send somebody to your people's place. A lot of you acting like you care about your people in Jamaica, especially those who are in affected areas. Act like you care and send them something that can help them, like light. So them not in a darkness, await pan JPS. All right, so here it goes right here. Get a pen and paper, write the number down, use your phone, click the screen. I don't know how you do it, but get the information and reach out to them now, right here. All right, my Jamaican people, let's take a break from our scheduled program here and get into this promo of a wonderful product from a company called Soninka Limited. Soninka Limited Solar Lighting. They have interior lighting available. Extra bright street lights like you're seeing in this video clip available. You can use these lights to light up your streets and avenues, lanes and corners, your backyard, your farm, your front yard, any which part need lighting. And this is all powered by God's Son. Solar, no man, solar. You don't have a JPS bill to pay. And they are available island-wide. So check it. Intelligent lighting control, dimmable remote controlled, rechargeable on cloudy days. Listen, hook up, link up with Soninka right now. Oh, and tell them SouFLoTV sent you and get a nice discount. And get yourself out of the darkness and into the light. Back to our regular scheduled program at hand. Peace. All right. So there it is. All right. And I'll run it a couple more times throughout the morning as we go on with our show so you can catch the number. You're probably putting in the wrong number so you can't get in touch with her. All right. All right. Let me switch. Where I said? Let me switch over to my other channel. Okay. That is actually so awesome. All right, here we go. What we have on the board this morning, we have, they are requesting TPS, temporary protective status, for Jamaicans who are affected by this hurricane. For those of you who don't know what TPS mean, it's something like in the United States of America, they have this thing where they can take in their friends if anything happens to their friends. If your country is in turmoil and the citizens are running or scattered or left homeless in a catastrophe or war breakout or something, they can open their doors to you and take in a couple of your people and have them live here for a certain period of time. TPS comes with temporary work papers. So they'll be, for those who came on the TPS, they're given almost immediate clearance to work and pay taxes and all these things. And then it is supposed to be exactly what it is. TPS, temporary protective status. That means when things get better back at your yard, the American government has the right to send you back home. Kind of like what's going on right now under Donald Trump, where he is sending different people back. He's revoked TPS for the Venezuelans. I will vote for Donald Trump. Yeah, louder, louder, everybody. Ta-na-na-na-na, ta-ta-ta-ta-na, ta-na-na-na. I can't hear you. I will both. Remember that? They didn't want their TPS taken away because they were living lovely in the United States of America, and the TPS got taken away. The Haitians are about to get 500,000 Haitians are about to lose their TPS as well because they've been here for quite some time, right? So now they're requesting TPS for Jamaicans who are affected. We're going to talk about how you think this will work out, and do you think that our Jamaican people should be granted TPS as well? That's one on our list. The second one is Squash. Dancehall artist Squash has been sentenced to prison in the United States of America. And we're going to talk about the details of his sentencing. How much time did he get behind bars? The conditions that come with it, XYZ. Bigger than that, or along those lines, Squash father is now detained by ICE as well, at least according to the latest update to this information. Squash daddy is now in ICE custody as well. I already put the video up for reggae legend Jimmy Cliff. You can go check that out. I didn't want to do Jimmy Cliff. And for the person who just said, not even a little RIP for Jimmy Cliff, for the person who just said that, I know I saw you say, my bad, SouFlo, I was late. I get it. Jimmy Cliff is one of those people you hold so dear. You respect so much because he has done so much for the culture. When you talk about pioneers, when you talk about those who kicked doors in and laid foundation for, when you talk about those who transcended certain barriers and spread our culture globally, Jimmy Cliff was out the gate from long time ago. And I didn't feel like mixing up his farewell, paying our last respects, RIP, send off with this morning. So I did a complete separate video and put it up right before we went live here. So go and check out that video as well. I implore you to go and check the video out because even I was surprised about certain information that's in that video. You see a man, you don't really know him life still. You think you know everything about a person, you don't. Sometimes you underrate some people, not realizing how highly accomplished they are. And they don't walk around bragging and saying, I am this, and I am that, and I have accomplished that, and I have achieved this. It's usually the people who have accomplished so much who never walk around saying, here's my resume, bow down to me, kind of thing. And usually the people them who barely accomplish anything, they walk around talking about, well, I have this and I have that. And I'm realizing that more and more. So check out the Jimmy Cliff video that's put up. Take that off our list. We won't be discussing him here this morning. There's an update from Miss Jamaica in ICU. And there's a story here out of Jamaica about a police officer who was arrested alongside a group of other guys as they were out thieving goat and in possession of illegal firearm. And we're going to talk about all those this morning. All right. Triumph, baby, trying to ban people taking the oath to become a citizen. First time artist pass away and my eyes full of tears. I don't understand. Boy, I saw it going on. So it go. Watching Bob Marley's funeral made my eyes tear up, and I didn't even know why. I was like, coming on, cry for it. I mean, Bob is great, yeah, but it's not like I had some kind of. I don't know why. I'm watching the part of his funeral that made me cry. Not cry, my eyeball did start sweat. You know what I mean? Got a little misty. Is when I saw Ziggy Marley, and I believe it was Stephen Marley. Ziggy and Stephen were dancing at their father's funeral. You remember when Bob Marley brought Edward Seaga and Norman Manley on the stage and he united both of them, and then a nice weather evening in Jamaica, the sun was out earlier, the place is warm, everything, nothing is happening, cool breezy night. Next thing, one big lightning flash in the sky. And that lightning cracked so hard. Human words can't explain that to anybody. Out of perfect weather came that crack of lightning when he united them, and then rain start fall. Bob started dancing, and Bob was doing this kind of dance. It was like he was in a trance, you know. It's like he wasn't even here anymore. He was in another realm kind of thing. It was the same kind of dance that I saw Ziggy and Steven doing at Bob Marley's funeral. And I said, damn, this is deep. My spirit told me that is the transfer of spirit. They have a saying, we don't die, we multiply. And I was like, and your spirit don't die, your physical body does, but the spirit lives on. And I was like, yo, it looked like his spirit has transferred over into these boys, because they were little boys at the time. And if you look at their life now, I think that's what was happening. I think that's what was happening. If you look on them life now. So anyway, these things, some kind of reason for make you shed a little tears. Not true? Where's the cockatoo? First cockatoo, now Uncle Jimmy, sleep in peace. But you know, people, that's life. That's life. I never say that to somebody though when they tell me, say, boy, SouFlo, you know, so my mother just dead or my father just passed, and they're in that emotional moment. I'm not that callous to just be like, well, you know, say a life that. You know? Yeah, I don't cry, my friend. My eyes them sweat. Never see me cry yet. Me crying in the shower and come back out. But my eyeball them sweat like a bit sometime, you know, when I get a little bit carried away, a little bit emotionally involved kind of thing. But that's life. That's the part of life that we don't like, but that's life. Yeah, and we all must meet that part of life. See? All right. You choose where I start. Do we start with requesting TPS for Jamaica? Do we start with squash situation? Do we start with Miss Jamaica ICU update? Or do we start with the police officer in Clarendon that got caught? You have 60 seconds to do so. I'm sipping some ginger tea, no sugar in it, just my ginger and hot water. You know, hot no more, cold now, but that's what I'm on. 60 seconds, go. Soaping my eyes in the shower. Squash. I got one police. Audrey says, Nisha, one squash, one Miss Jamaica, two police. Police is leading, two squash. They are tied. Keep it going. Let me see. We are 20 seconds in. All right. Miss Jamaica takes the lead. Squash takes the lead. Miss Jamaica takes back the lead. Squash takes the lead again. The police is trailing. Squash takes the lead by 2. The police is still trailing Miss Jamaica. Miss Jamaica is by 1. And we are 40 seconds in. Squash takes the lead by 1. Squash takes the lead by 2. The police is trailing way behind. And Miss Jamaica is now trailing by 2. Squash takes the lead by 3. And we are 20 seconds away from a full 60 seconds. Police. The police is still trailing. Squash, and police. It looks like it's going to be squash. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Brother Wright says squash. 4, 3, 2, 1, and squash it is. Brother Wright seals the deal, and Mansa Musa seals the deal with squash. Squash it is. So we're going to start with the squash story, then we'll go into the police story. You know what I hear about Miss Jamaica? Miss Jamaica was leading until then we see beer police on the screen. So we're going to go to Miss Jamaica. We're going to go into squash story. Start out with squash. All right. So, dancehall artist squash. Boy, oh boy. Dancehall artist squash named Andre Whitaker was sentenced to 45 months in federal prison in the United States of America, followed by 3 years of supervised release. The sentencing took place November 24th in the U.S. federal courts in Florida. November 24th is today. Yeah, this today. You know, court start early. Them carry you out of your cell and handcuff you and put you in a liquor van or walk you downstairs if you're in that building where the courthouse is downstairs. And I see them located location and his court day for you, and today is sentencing. He was sentenced to 45 months in prison. That roughly works out to 3 years and 9 months. For the people them who was wishing for this brother to get 15 years and 20 years and lock him up and throw away the key, and SouFLoTV, why you always a support criminal? And I'm not praying for none of my brothers to get no damn 15, 20. You see, from you never molest no picnic. You see, from you never rape no picnic or woman. You see, from it wasn't any of them kind of something there. I told y'all before, the kind of life that Squash is in, and I'm talking about being an entertainer, and I'm talking about where he comes from, and I'm talking about gang life and gunshot fly through people from where him come from to which part the whole of them pile up down there, so in a Lauderhill in Florida, right here where I live, in this state here, right? I would have been paranoid as him too. I wouldn't go nowhere without a gun. And to ask a man to lock himself in the house 24/7 is kind of hard to do. So we wish people do things that we ourselves would never do. I'm a realistic kind of person. So if you want to call me criminal supporter or anything like that, somebody says our video is stuck. Is it? Are we stuck? Can I get 5 no's so I can keep going? Are we stuck? Are we stuck? Yes, no? No, Nance? Okay. From Nance says no, may I keep going. She's usually on point. No, no, no. Thank you, Donna Davis. Thank you, Nance. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Marvin the Point, Jamaica Curl. We're good. I think your device is stuck. Watcher. All right, Nicholas, thank you. Trini LB, big up yourself, bro. Thank you. Let's Bond TV, bro. 5 up, one. Thank you. All right, me could talk about this. Me, you can't catch me telling nobody about I'm excited and lock him up and throw away the key and all this other stuff. Like I've said before, right? And I want y'all to be factual when y'all are talking about people, because some of the times we fuel rumors, and these rumors are so dangerous. You have to understand that there are some super ignorant people out there that will murder people based on rumors because they feel like it's coming from a credible source. So I have to be very careful about what I say and what I portray here, because people will say, me hear it on SouFLoTV, and them man no run no fake news, dog, and them man no tell no lie. And next thing you know, based off of that, somebody dead. So I have to be careful. I don't know of any criminal record that Squash have in Jamaica. I don't know of any. And the police don't have none on him. They held Squash one time in a state of emergency. And they held him for months, to the max time they could have held him. At the end of it, they let out the youth and pat him on him back and said, good job, go on about your business. That's it. He had no criminal record. Anyway, we already know how things go around there, so you know, and all kind of other something going behind the scenes that we don't speak of because we don't have facts to speak on certain things. We know him lose him brother them in a gang war and all kind of other something. Police kill them off, some of them, all this and that and the other. I don't speak on stuff I don't really know, but as far as he goes, trying to change his life, being in the United States of America, get catch with a gun there, moving the way how he was moving, lesson learned. You got sat down. Now comes probably deportation. Well, you just gotta go back to your yard. I tell everybody this all the time. Foreign is foreign. Yeah, foreign is foreign. Foreign is not necessarily you come here and live here forever. Anything can happen where you who never saw it in your future, it happens. Yeah, so you end up back at your yard. You might go back at your yard if they end up deporting him. Here are some key details. Key details. Squash pled guilty to 1 count of being an illegal alien in possession of a firearm. Of course, there were accusations of him being the leader of a transnational criminal organization / gang, which under Donald Trump became known as a terrorist group. And I said to you, if he got charged with that and he got found guilty of that, he would qualify to be one of those persons who would be housed overseas for his prison time. They didn't even charge him with that. He was just accused by the US government of being that. His attorneys took it to court, they fought it in court, and they also fought to have it removed from the paperwork completely, which made proper sense to me. His attorney said, we need this to be redacted from the paperwork because you didn't even charge him with it, but you're putting it in the paperwork. If this goes before the judge, when the judge is considering his sentencing and sees, oh, we believe he is the leader of a transnational criminal organization, that might influence the judge to give him way more time than required. And they were successful at getting that removed from his paperwork. If you're not going to charge him with it, why are you putting it in his paperwork? You see what I'm saying? It's only logics we deal with, it's only sense. If he was charged with it and it was in his paperwork, then me couldn't say nothing about it. I would say, hey, them do them investigation, them find a reason for charging him with it. It's on his paperwork. That's what it is. Now he's got to fight through court and show that that's not who he is, while they have to fight through court and show that's exactly who he is. That's how the law works. The law no work by outer road. Me say, and then she say, and then he say. That's not how it works in a courtroom. It might sound good out here for entertainment's sake. Salacious details are shared, but in a court of law, it comes down to what can be proven, right? Okay, so they had that taken out of the paperwork. They were successful at removing that. He pled guilty to one count of being an illegal alien in possession of a firearm. The charge of being in possession of a modified weapon or the switch on the Glock, or what we call a chip Glock, then that charge disappeared as well off his books. Somebody said to me yesterday, the man called me, or day before yesterday, you're probably watching right now, where you said how the feds work and all that, and I was telling you, sir, you were like, them probably use him wife to catch him, all these things, and I was telling you, I don't think that's what happened, and you said she should be arrested too because she's the one that purchased it and him carry the gun go a road. That's not how the law works here. He's an adult and she is an adult. Yeah, if you have a gun that is in your name, you lock it up, especially if other people live in your house. So some other member of your family don't just pick it up and carry it, go a road, go commit a crime or get caught with it, and then it comes back to you, right? You safeguard your firearm. Okay, our husband pick up the gun and carry it down the road with him. A lawyer could easily fight that in court. There are multiple guns in the household. My client doesn't spend all day looking around, monitoring each gun, making sure they're all there. It's within her rights as a citizen and someone without a criminal record to have however many guns she want to have in her house. Even if she want to have 100 of them. Andre, take one and carry it down the road. You catch him with the one. Okay, what does that say? It just said the husband take one of the gun them out of the house. That's it. So I didn't see her getting arrested for that. All right. So he pled guilty to that one count of being illegal alien because he didn't have any status here. He was before the court waiting for his day to be called up so he could know his status. If he was going to be staying here or if he was going to be sent back to Jamaica. And then he got caught up in this. So more than likely a deportation is on its way. Then there was a plea deal. So as part of a plea agreement, a more serious charge of the unlawful possession of the automatic weapon was dropped by prosecutors. This is where things get a bit hairy because let's be realistic, right? Everybody goes, ain't no damn way you get a deal that sweet as a illegal alien where you're caught here with a modified weapon, turns into a fully automatic gun, and you just get to walk away. We'll just give you a lesser charge if you plead guilty. That's weird, right? Even I will admit that that's weird. But again, I'm not going to say anything out the way because I don't know. I've seen cases before where I thought, I even come here and say, am I go to prison for sure? I know I'm going to go to prison because X, Y, Z. And next thing I know, the person gets way less time than I thought, or they are freed. So I'm not an attorney. I don't understand all the inner workings of the law and how things go. This is why it's important for you to have some money saved up to where you can actually afford an attorney who understands, not one of the public defendant them, you know, the dude that come in with him boot heel lean and him shoes look like he's been wearing them for the past 10 years and his tie looks like he pull it out the clothes hamper and him shirt is outside and pants and him jacket look like him borrowed from him father. You get one of them there, public defendants, you're going to prison. It is important for you to have some money put to the side so that you can hire a proper attorney who is going to fight on your behalf. So whatever the deal is. Now, I also did my research and I told you before that in cases like Squash case, this is a federal case and usually the information about their plea deal is usually public information. Therefore, it's usually passed out to the public, usually. However, in this case, it was sealed. And I went to go look up why would, these are simple things you go look up, you know, why would the federal government seal the information in a plea deal that's supposed to be public information? And it says, usually it is public information, but sometimes they seal them because they might be on to somebody else that they do not want to alert, or they might be looking in a direction where information revealed from this case plea deal could cause those people to start look back at them like, oh, they watching us too. Okay, all right, shift up. They don't want to put notice out there to somebody. Those are one of the reasons given for why they would seal that when it's usually public, right? All right. Damn your class, the public defender them. No man, I saw some of my public defender them come in that courtroom. I've seen them. Anytime I hear, that's for all of you out here who living like you can really afford it, you know, bottles in the club, making it rain, you know, smacking stripper booties, putting $100 bills in her thong, and then you get in trouble and you go for a public defendant. You didn't even put down little money for your lawyer. That's exactly how them public defendants look. They be on desperation time. So they got to take whatever they can get. And when they come in there, most public defendants are usually like trying to get you out the way so they can get to the next case, because nobody never paid them no big sum of money to take your case on. It's like, here's a little check. And the more case they get is the more they're on to the next case. They're like, yo, hey, I'm telling you right now, you know, your best bet is to like plead guilty. Yeah, because if you plead guilty, you know, they might give you a lesser sentence. I don't see any way that you're gonna get over this. And on to the next case again. That's how they operate. Go check out most people who end up in prison doing time. Most of them couldn't afford a lawyer and ended up with a public defendant and ended up getting sentenced instead of a good lawyer could have gotten them off or gotten them way less time than they got. Another thing in Squash case, the key details is the sentencing guidelines. It says that based on the federal sentencing guidelines, he actually faced a potential range of 24 to 63 months in prison. His defense attorney had requested a sentence of less than 24 months, arguing for some leniency from the judge because his defense attorney said, Your Honor, he's been in custody since his arrest. He's going to serve his time, whatever time you give him. And they've already spoken to him, the ICE people. They've already spoken to him and said that more than likely a deportation is coming. And is he aware of this? And he said, yes, he is. And he is not contesting it. So he's going to be in immigration custody after he is done serving whatever time you give him. So I think 24 months max would be good enough to satisfy the courts, and then send him off to the immigration courts next. And then, he's facing deportation. The judge wasn't hearing that. So his guideline was from 24 months to 63 months. He obviously ended up with 45 months when his lawyer was trying to get 24 months. He almost got double what his lawyer was asking for. So safe to say the judge did not listen to his lawyer. He got way more time than his lawyers were asking for. And that's that. He's going to have to do that time. Now, one of the new rules in Florida is that you don't get to do half-time anymore. I don't know if you know it. A couple of things change. Like, for instance, if you're brought up on a murder charge and they're seeking the death penalty in the state of Florida, they no longer require unanimous vote from a jury of 12. Usually before, it used to be that all 12 jurors had to say yes, death penalty. That don't happen again. It's, believe is 6, half of them, or 8, I don't remember, but you can look it up right now. That's all they need to say yes for you to get the death penalty. Also, in federal cases, when they say 3 years and 9 months, you're going to do 3 years and 9 months. So I think before it used to be like, oh, he going to the feds, he got 3 years, he'll be out in no time. That's like a walk down, easy, year and a half, because 12 hours is one day, the next 12 is the next day, and them count 24 hours as 2 days. Day is one day, night is the next day. They don't do that no more. They don't do that no more. So you have to do your whole 3 years and 9 months, right? That's another one. What you say? Better than 15? Absolutely. Absolutely better than 15. Morning, lovely Aneka. Morning. What you say? Low eyes. We'll see how Squash Mom spin this one. What? How she gonna spin it? Or why does she have to spin it? Nothing there for she spin. Him get him time. And now he's gonna have to do his time. Or explain that to me, please, because I'm curious. I'm curious. Jerome Dorothy, hold on there. When Nan said at Jerome at Dorothy, some of them frozy too. Look as if they just rolled out of bed. Yeah, some of them public defendants, hair all shabby. Look, man, I was standing in the courtroom one time in the hallway to go in the courtroom. I go for my case. I say, no, I'm not no criminal. My case was a divorce case, but you have different parts of the court. And everybody come through the same area. If you, I could just pick out all the public defendant them as they were coming into different. That's why I say the stuff I say. Boot heel lean, shoes look like it's been worn for like the last 10 years. Them not even shoelaces untied. Them clothes look like them are wear them father clothes and them father way bigger than them. You know, like when Picnic put on them parents' clothes, their hair looks unkept. You know when you wake up in the morning, you got fraud by them outside if you drool or something, or matter in your eye, them just look all kind of ways. And they have a briefcase with them, and I'm like, yeah, that's a friggin' public defendant. And they be in there looking for their clients, and they call, oh, there you are. Okay, come on over here. Let's get ready to go in there. I'm like, them I got prison. I mean, look, I'm like, you going straight to jail. That's your lawyer. Oh, damn. Oh man. But and it's usually people of color too. Like it's usually people of color have them. Like, whole heap of black people out there don't have the money like that to go get no high price lawyers. It's usually like a Hispanic guy or a black dude, you know, a YN. We out here in the streets, wild and sun. I got tons of money. Yeah, them. And them end up in there with one of those. So within the sentencing guidelines, he got way more than his lawyer wanted him to get. Deportation. Another key detail in his squash issue or his sentencing. The conviction is a deportable offense, which the judge already asked him, Mr. Whitaker, are you aware that this is a deportable offense? Meaning that Squash will likely be taken into U.S. immigration custody, ICE enforcement custody, and removed from the U.S. after serving his sentence, to which he said to the judge, I understand, Your Honor. Maximum penalty. Although he received a significantly lighter sentence due to the plea deal, the judge had the authority to impose the maximum penalty on him regardless, which would have been 15 years. And the judge clearly said, the prosecution clearly said, even though we've agreed on this plea deal, in your case, are you aware that the judge still can bypass our recommendation for sentencing, can bypass your lawyer's recommendation for sentencing, and still give you the max? And he said, I do, Your Honor. I'm well aware, right? Right. So that's the outcome for Squash case. He's been sentenced to 3 years and 9 months in a federal prison in the United States of America. Now, let's talk about, forget all the people that did I wish bad for him. You know, God I work for you to him, I work for somebody else too. The youth end up with 3 years and 9 months instead of 15 years. I know a lot of people were ready to celebrate 15 and laugh up time mother and all these other kind of things. It didn't happen. He'll walk his 3.5 down. But let's talk about his father. Squash father was detained by ICE. Now, me I said to myself, say, Daddy, why you gone in at the people in courthouse knowing, say, I think Squash father loves Squash so much. I think him love Squash so much that he was caught up in the moment. And he was probably thinking himself, say, boy, them all give me son about 15 years and I know how them people at work or something. He didn't sound like that when I watched his interview on The Fix. He sounded like, to be honest with you, he sounded like him did think that something else I could work out and Squash was going to end up not doing the time, right? Squash father detained by ICE at his son's court hearing. Now, this news just a touch road, but them been have him in custody. They've been have him in custody. Check it. The attorney representing dancehall entertainer Squash says that Squash's father has been detained by agents from Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. That arrest was reportedly made by immigration officials back in September this year. So that's right after he did the interview on The Fix. Some of the things that were said in the interview. Okay, let me say it like this. I've been telling you all this for years, okay? Whatever you do on social media, it is heavily monitored. Worse, if you're connected to anybody who is in anything. If your brother is connected to the feds because him have a feds case, you best believe, sir, the feds are watching your family more than anything right now. Because they're trying to see if other family members are in on whatever scheme he's in on. It's a natural thing. You have to think smart. So when I watched the interview with, I didn't want to say it at the time, when I watched the interview with on The Fix, I made sure I watched that whole interview. And I did speak about it the next day here. Some of the stuff that the father said, especially giving up his status, I said, there's no way you came on here and said that just now. You're not going to be hard to find. And the way how Trump has scraped up everybody, Unless him must say, because you don't know people business more than them. So unless him must know something when me don't know, I saw this coming. Well, they didn't look far for him. That arrest was reportedly made by immigration officials in September of this year. ICE officials were supported by agents from the FBI when they enacted the arrest on September 5th. This is at Squash plea hearing. When Squash plea hearing happened on September 5th, where he changed his plea from not guilty to guilty. This is after the feds did show, said them gone in a phone and they saw certain corroborative evidence that paints their story pretty much the way their story goes. He had a hearing for a plea change. And when he had a hearing for the plea change, this is where you're going and say, Your Honor, I would like to change my plea from not guilty to guilty. And he made the plea. I guess this was after all they had talks behind the scenes, you know. And his father showed up to court. ICE officials were subpoenaed. ICE officials were supported by FBI agents. What that tell you, sir? What that tell you? Squash defense attorney Samuel Rabin, he made the revelation as he petitioned the courts to give his client less than 2 years in prison. That's when he said his father is now in custody as well. In his submission, Mr. Rabin wrote, he said that Mr. Whitaker's family witnessed U.S. ICE agents in conjunction with Federal Bureau of Investigation agent Andrew Nelson arrest Mr. Whitaker's father in the lobby of the C. Clyde Atkin United States Courthouse. You see, when the people them go court and they are coming back out the courtroom and them grab them in the hallway, and that happened to him father. Daddy, you should have stayed out of the way, Daddy. You should have stayed out of the way, bro. Are you ready for go home to? If you like, you must be ready for go home to. Because there ain't no way you see what's happening and you take yourself gone in the sun, you know trait. Some people believe in them prayer, you know. Some people tell them, say, God I walk with me, trust me, I walk in there. The mighty God that I serve, me I walk back out. When them grab on upon them rotted. Well, I guess this is what God intended. I mean, I can't think of any other way. Daddy must have been ready to go home, man. He must have been ready to go. According to the attorney, the senior Whitaker, Squash dad, had been making attempts to regularize himself in the United States. And he had an upcoming hearing in the immigration courts as well, just like his son. His paperwork was before the courts. And apparently he was given one of those probationary release kind of thing. Show up at this place at this time. And he had been doing that. Remember where Trump said? He said everybody who came in within a certain period of time is considered illegal to him, and every last one of them are going back out. When you say, Audrey, you're walking out, but walking out into what? You're walking out into FBI agents and ICE agents. According to the attorney, the senior Whitaker had been making attempts to regularize his status in the United States, and he actually had an upcoming hearing in the immigration courts here. Speaking with the local podcast Fix, the father identified himself as Aaron Whitaker. And I remember when them say, "Oh, so you're a Squash father?" And them say, "Yes, man." And them say, "Cause you're not too sure your face, and nobody knows of you." People even think that Squash never have no father. Like say, his mother did just while and have a bag of picnic by man them when she don't even know who. And the picture he painted was, no, that's not how it goes. All those children are mine, right? And me and Shelly have all of them picnic there, and him name each one of his son. He talked about how the ones that passed away, how each one's passed away. He talked about how he raised them. and he talked about something deeper, which is the gang violence in his part of Jamaica, and he called some very prominent names while he was doing so and gave an explanation as to why he basically had to run up out of Jamaica before them kill him. Took her, them want to kill off him and him picnic them. And he wasn't a person who was connected to violence, he said. He said he was a person who was connected to music, and his food himself, him run a cook shop. So the little youth them around the place now where police are look upon them and say, there's a gunman that you know. Him said, them youth there, everybody grew up in the place. So when they come by his cook shop, even the ones who don't have money to buy food, he would normally feed them. And he would string up and play music and stuff. And he would recognize musical talent in some of them. So he would say to them, like, instead of a war with the other youth them from over, so how about get together? I will work a way to provide studio time so can get together in a recording studio, make music and form music groups out of this. And according to his dad, Mr. Whitaker, he said that people like Dr. Harsh Chang, Minister of National Security, was one of the big heavy name them were called. Them people that didn't want to see that because that don't work for them. They want war. They need these guys to be fighting and killing out each other, right? You know, so it wasn't the first time that I was told that. Now, I don't know if it's true, and I don't want to spread any rumors that Dr. Harsh Chang is involved in gangsterism, but I was told that from before all this happened, that is what it is. So, Flo, come from down there, so you don't know. That's what they said. You don't know. Me, I tell you, said the real gangster around here, so Chang run the place. Theme gang them run the place. Anybody else, them have to eat after. And all this kind of stuff. I was like, what? So hearing Squash Dad say, that's why I was so intrigued by that interview. Because when him start call them name there, it's stuff I'd heard before. And now this was like me getting a deeper look into. But now I'm wondering, now that him call up them heavy name there, and he is in ICE custody, is he going to end up being one of the cases where they see his plight and let him stay in the U.S., or are they going to say, not enough grounds to believe you that your life is in danger, go back to Jamaica? And him are going to end up back a yard as well. So during that episode that was aired on July 30th, y'all can go watch it for yourself. It's The Fix. Shout out to The Fix and their cast. It's The Fix, and you could go back to their July 30th episode of 2025 and watch that entire interview. You will see what I'm talking about. Squash father admitted then to flee in the United States of America. I mean, to flee in Jamaica, rather, and coming into the United States of America. And he said because he was fearing political and security forces persecution. So he had to run away and left in place. Squash, whose given name is Andre Whitaker, was sentenced, and we now know 3 years and 9 months. So his father, who claims that he was running from political persecution as well as running from security forces, some Tapanaris police around there who work with Minister of National Security, Dr. Harsh Chang, them did after him, and they were going to kill him, and he had to run. Well, now he's in ICE custody. And that's the wrap-up of that story, right? So Squash will have to do his time, and his dad will have to work out with ICE, wherever him can work out. We're going to see how this goes. Bless up, SouFLo. Big up yourself, family. Thanks for being here. Maybe he has an asylum claim, says Jen Jones. Yes, Jen Jones, that's what they just said. They just said he has an asylum claim. He was waiting. But your asylum claim doesn't just go like that, though. You know, I was reading up on how an asylum claim is done, how it's verified. Anybody can run, come knock on your door and say, hey, I'm in danger, let me in. and the US just opens their door and let everybody in. It's not how it works. They actually do research and go back to your country that you're from and check with law enforcement there. They do media search there, see if anything came in the news. For instance, somebody showed up here. There was a Jamaican guy that showed up here. He was stabbed, he was shot 9 times and stabbed and chopped a bunch of different times. And he recently won his case to remain in the United States of America. He recently won his case to remain in the US. But when he came, he said he was fleeing persecution because he is a homosexual. And in his part of Jamaica, they kill homosexuals. So a lot of Jamaicans were on that thread saying, I like the boy I tell, whole heap of Batman down here, nobody don't bother him. All of them are use this figure foreign because they want to run from Jamaica. Check him file, FBI. Check him file, America Police. I bet say him involved in some badness down here and run with gone because he done do something to other people. I was reading the whole thread of everything under his case when it was published. They showed his pictures of his wounds. They did a media search. His story was published in Jamaica. He was shot up and cut up and left for dead. He managed to survive. They caught him while he was trying to run away and all kind of something. And they were able to verify his story. So that's where I learned, because they said in that article, they said, we don't just grant asylum like that. We normally do research to figure out who it is we're granting this asylum to. And your story has to check out. That's the reason why sometimes people are run for them life, but there's no record of them being persecuted in any way. They end up losing their asylum case and end up getting sent right back to what they were running from to, right? I'm sure they're going to do their research. And if them can't come up with nothing, then I think they're going to send him back to Jamaica. But if they can come up with something, I think you can also beg them to send you go somewhere else. Or you can take yourself somewhere else voluntarily. I don't know. Right. Yeah, that's another thing. Open the border for all Mexicans only. Foxy G, big up yourself. Foxy G says, hello, I'm back. Hello to all, I'm back. Grand rising to all. I will resume my membership. Thank you. Foxy G, I was like, maybe you're in Africa. I was just thinking maybe you went to Africa or something. Under the regime, little to no leniency is given to non-whites. Well, we'll have to see how that goes, you know. But enough of that, though. I wish Squash all the best. I wish his father all the best. I will definitely keep you updated to this story as it goes. The part that I don't get is where they say 3 years and 9 months in prison, and then 3 years of supervised release. Like, how y'all gonna supervise me if you deport me? Ain't nobody supervising me after I'm deported. I'm gone on my yard. But yeah, he's supposed to have a couple of years of supervised release after. Let me ask. If it's something, come smell like sitting a burn out there. Nursing is no longer considered a professional degree under changes initiated as part of Donald Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act. We are very much aware of that. It's not just nursing. I think occupational therapy falls under it too. And I tell my wife to say, I don't give a damn what they want to do, because I not depend upon them. I already securing my way to my education and how to pay feet and all that, right? But others are still going through. It. Side note a little bit. That's weird. But I don't even want to talk about it now. We could talk about that in another video, but that was so unnecessary and so weird. I'll tell you what, right? The day will come when those who voted for that stupidity will need a nurse. You live long enough, you're gonna need you a nurse. And when you need that nurse in that moment of need, right? I bet your ass to remember that she's professional. She is a professional. Her degree should be under that categorization. It's just weird. Like, of all the things to think about to do, how did you stick a pin on that? I can show you one thing. Under this administration, hundreds of thousands of black women have lost their jobs. Thousands have lost their jobs from high-paying positions and positions of power. Hundreds in government have lost their jobs in positions where they were the first of their kind to hold that position or to climb that high up that ladder. If you look at the nursing field and you look at these other fields that are connected to it who fall under this new foolishness, you will realize that that's the black woman's bag, because she dominates that field. She dominates that field. I've been to many different facilities for work, contract. And in the therapy world, it's very few of us. And mostly I'll meet guys who are travel therapists in the OT world. But everywhere I go, there's always been black women. CNAs going through school, working as a CNA while becoming a nurse, LPNs, LPN to RN program, or RN, or the head nurse in charge of the facility, or whatever the case may be, has always been black women in there, up the ranks, to the highest level of the ranks, always. And I'm thinking this is just one other way. This is just one other way to, degrade and devalue. That's what that is. At the end of the day, this too shall pass. That's what I believe. And I bet you when it passes, whoever is up next, providing it's not from the same cloth, which I don't see it happening, all that stuff will be reversed. All that stuff will be reversed. There you go, Charlotte. Black women and particularly immigrants. Yes. Black women and particularly immigrants. Yeah. But they'll see, because wait till they need one. Wait till they need one. Your position of power don't mean nothing at the end of the day. You wield your power in life, but you only wield your power for so long. Even the longest standing emperors or the longest standing kingdoms eventually had an end date to them. History tells us this. So we'll see. You'll see. Y'all call racism on everything. Okay, I guess you're seeking some extra attention or something. Some of y'all need to hug your mom, or I don't know if you grew up without siblings, or I don't know if you live alone and don't have a significant other, somebody that can make like a tea kongi or man in time or say I love you babe or something. Y'all just be so way out and just be saying the most random bullshit and foolishness ever. We have to look on. Kind of like when we were going through the I don't even want to get into politics right now, but kind of like when we were going through leading up to the elections, right? Yeah, kind of like that. You remember those Jamaicans, mostly men? You remember them? Them are gonna get rich. Once Trump get into office, them all get rich. I don't want to see no Kamala Harris SouFlo. I don't know where you are chat about. She no Jamaican. She not even have no Jamaican roots. I fabricate the story, brother. Lie them I tell. Because them want black people vote for her. Remember when I said to them, I said you're going to cast your vote over there and you're going to empower a system that has no love for you and it's going to backfire. I said shit rolls downhill. That's a saying we have in the army. And it's going to backfire and the repercussions are coming, right? I wasn't way off. Y'all see what's happening. I know them silent as ever. Big up to the same way still. Always willing to empower those who are against you for some reason. That's why the world look at you like you stupid, because they don't empower people who are against them. All right, may I give you one last hug for the morning. So I'll put your comment on the screen because you need a hug. So here I am giving you one extra attention moment and one last hug. Other races are nurses also. Anytime somebody speak like this, it's like, no disrespect to you, but your reasoning is so basic. Every single person in here knows that that nurses come in all races. So does doctors. So does every profession there is. You're missing the I's being dotted and the T's being crossed in this conversation. The details. The explanation I gave where I said that this is a major come up and a field of choice for many black women or women of color then. Nothing in my conversation said there are only black women that are nurses. You know, I love y'all, man. I love you regardless, though. You know, we're all, I guess we're all not on the same level of intelligence when it comes to having even a basic conversation. Nothing we said there aren't other races out there who are in nursing, though. But that's what you got from it. Okay. Oh, man. Sheldon Weldon, I said something to you. I said racism today is not like it was back in the old days. It's not just skin color. It's ethnicity, it's culture, it's demographics. And under Trump, it's restoring the silent majority. That's an opinion that is being shared with you. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with it. I'm just saying that's an opinion that's being shared with you. All right? Yeah, and this one right here, common sense is definitely not common. I've learned that. All right. Whenever there's a presence of minorities increase, there will be an issue with it. That right there. Wherever there is the presence of minorities increase, there will be an issue with it. All right. Let me say one more thing before I go into my next topic. People, not everything is meant for social media, okay? Again, social media is heavily monitored. There are literally... Now, I'm not telling you to go be no criminal and hide nothing, and SouFlo is trying to tell us the best way to be the best criminal. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. Walk with what I'm saying. There was a sister yesterday who is a doctor, a young sister. If you look at her, because somebody just said something about a 23-year-old doctor or something. If you look at this sister, she looks about 23 because she looks young in the face. but I'm guessing she is like 30s to 40s, like mid 30s going up to 40s, but she's already accomplished that, right? She's a medical doctor. She, on a podcast, she said, when I do work contracts, I charge white people an exorbitant amount of money, and they pay. And I do that so when I get to black people, my own people, I can do pro bono work for them. A lot of the times, black people come to me and I'm like, okay, I know what your needs are, and they're like, but I can barely pay your fee, and I'm like, as a matter of fact, you don't have to pay me anything, and they're like, what? And in my soul, she's like, I'm jumping for joy because I'm like, I can do this, and I watched it. And I said to myself, and then I left a comment over there. I said, someone to chat to blood clot much. Pardon my language, but why did you go on, especially if you hold a degree or you hold license? If you hold any kind of licensing, any state license, why would you go on a friggin' popular podcast to say something like that? Soon as she said it, I said this: you're done. You're done. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time before somebody sees it who is up the ladder, and then the shit comes rolling back downhill on you. You're dumb. If that was what you were doing and you were getting ahead with it and you were getting results and it was not being noticed, then carry on, dummy. But shut up. It's not everything you just come out and spell out. That's always been our weakness. You know, the British, right? When they conquered the Zulus, the British, first of all, do you know that Shaka Zulu and his war tactics, like the way how they move in combat, that was copied by our military here. We move like that in combat. The British soldiers said they were fierce warriors, and they had acquired guns. So we had guns, and we were sure that our guns outnumbered theirs because they used more primitive tools like spears, but they were deadly with those spears. The one thing that made them lose, he said, they sang and they danced and they clapped loudly, and they did it for a long period of time, every day. And he remembers them going up against a berm and looking over, and there was a distance from where they were. And the plan was to run down on them when nightfall came. So under the cover of darkness, right? Because that's how we move most of the time, under the cover of darkness. He said they sang all through the night. We couldn't even run down and attack them because they were singing all through the night, and they sang so beautifully. We laid in our positions and enjoyed the entertainment before we ran down and attacked them. What does that say to you? Someone chat too much, man. You can't just be putting out everything out there. We live in a different world now. Now, mind you, I'm not saying what you're doing is ethically right either, because I don't want anybody to take this platform down for encouraging certain practices. But all of us who hold state licensing in our field know that that right there is considered unethical. So if you know, say, I move unethical, consider yourself one who is a warrior for the cause then. Because they have them on the other side too. You got doctors, you got people who have purposely positioned themselves in the medical field and high up the ranks just so they can quietly kill off a whole lot of others. But they don't say it. They don't come out and say it. Oh, I'm a doctor. Yes, and or I'm an anesthesiologist, and I just make sure I over medicate black people so they fall asleep and never wake up. I'm a doctor, and I just make sure that when the black people call for pain medication, I tell them that they are they've had enough. I'll give it to somebody else though, and make sure those who look like me get however much they need. You don't just go out and say these things, man. The woman said, I said immediately after, she's done. I'm going to stay close to her because I look forward to this blowing up in her face. And she kept talking on and on and on. She kept talking so much I changed what I was watching because I just didn't want to hear anymore. Because I couldn't believe that somebody who is so intelligent is being so dumb. On to our next topic. Requesting TPS for Jamaica. I think the police one is the one we're going to do next, right? But while we were on all this, the police one was next. Where, sir? We get weak. We get weak. The people who chose X to stay under British control don't show respect to the Maroons who died for everybody's freedom. SouFLo, he just want to do away with the Department of Education, so no funds go to help people going back to school. So feel that's true. That's true. I'm learning that now. Book smart doesn't normally. Book smart is a different kind of smart to actual just universal intelligence or just street smart, if you want to call it that, or a situational awareness kind of thing. Book smart is different. Cause you're smart with your books don't mean you're good at everything. Because you're smart in your field. You might be a brilliant attorney. Doesn't mean you navigate skillfully outside of a courtroom kind of thing. We're conditioned to think that, oh, it's a lawyer, Yeah, have him law degree. Smartest person that ever lived. Not necessarily so. Not necessarily so. You have to have that other dynamic to it, that is the oxymoron. Moron is the operative word. Oh, man. Roddy's daughter said that is the oxymoron and moron is the operative word. We can't say everything. We're not in a position to say everything. Just tappinize and do what you do, right? He or she is one of them that is thinking like some of those white folks and some black folks too who see it but don't want to believe it. Racism is always a factor. Take it or leave it. All right. So she's basically telling her crimes on social media, just like a lot of young folks nowadays. Yeah. There are complete departments established in law enforcement, all throughout law enforcement, and this is all they do. These aren't my words. I can say it right here. I know we're being monitored. I can say it right here because that's what they told us. Complete departments have been established just for this. All they do is monitor social media all day. One detective said, most of the murder cases that we've solved in the last 10 years, these murder cases were solved, they solved themselves. All we do is just pay attention to social media. And before you know it, you have all your evidence lined up. And he went further. He was like, let me give you an example. He said, here is this guy that we had suspected of committing a murder because we saw him in a certain area around a certain time and he was caught on the camera but not committing the murder. So all they did was track him through social media. And then he said, okay, for instance, take Facebook. He went to his Facebook page, right? Blurs out the face. He said Facebook. We went to his Facebook page. Now on Facebook, everybody's friends and your mom and your mom's friends and your auntie and your uncle and your cousin you grew up with, and everybody is there. So from his page, we just started branching off into all the other people who were within his age group. And boom, they found one picture with him. Guess what he was holding in the picture? They found it on somebody else's page, one of his friends' page, that was holding the gun that committed the murder, right? They said, that's the same kind of murder weapon. That's the same kind of weapon. And they kept searching. And they eventually found him holding it, his friend holding it. They zeroed in. It was the same weapon. Like, it's just so easy. So again, a lot of what we do and say, just social media ain't the place. Hi, girly. Where you going, mommy?
To my mom's appointment.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to my mom's
Babe,
appointment?
why didn't you leave them? Why are you taking them? And you want them to go?
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
No.
I'm sure I'm probably going to be in there for 15 minutes.
No, my mommy said, did you want to come to her appointment? So we said yes.
Your mommy said if you want to come and you said yes?
Mm-hmm.
Look, mommy, say hi. Over here.
Hi.
Say hi, everybody. Shall I get ready to go up on the road? Shall I have on glasses, headphone, all these things?
I'm still here.
You can still hear? You
Yeah.
can't hear them. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Watch out. All right. Papa?
Yeah.
You going too?
Yeah.
All right. Come say hi. Did you wash your face, bro?
No.
You didn't wash your face. You got to wash your face before you go outside. Say hi.
Huh.
Y'all see how Kai get big? See how Melania get big? Kai is super tall. All right. Go wash your face, Kai. Did you brush your teeth?
Come on, honey. You gotta finish getting ready. I gotta leave. Here.
I can't hold my cup. I have 2 fingers.
Shakira can't even walk good anymore. And she can't even breathe right anymore. Her belly is like out there, and her breathing is obstructed. Saturday. She's white.
Give my glasses back.
She's white. Now y'all breathe heavy.
Yes.
What's
you
up?
can breathe.
But I look. Yeah, big.
All right. Makar, did you go wash your face?
Wash your face, Papa. I'm about to get off soon. I'm gonna run through these topics and I'll come out there and meet y'all. All right. You want to go to the beach today? Yeah. Okay. I'll take you. I love you.
Love you.
I'll see you in a minute. Okay.
Mom, can you come to the beach with us?
Yes, babe. Yes. We're not gonna stay long. Okay. All right. She all the way. For the most part of that pregnancy, she was hiding. Like nobody knew she was pregnant. I said, when you gonna tell the people them say you're pregnant, come me want to tell everybody. Me I get excited, and she was like, I just want to keep this one to myself for as long as possible. I was like, okay, because she's not showing. Even when she put on our scrubs and stuff, you couldn't see it. And then out of nowhere, it's just like boom, just the belly just shoot up big the rotted. And now she's leaning back when she walk like this. She's in the waddling phase, and she breathe hard. She walk from there to there so you can hear her breathe. I said, God, you breathe hard, man. She's like, I am so ready. I am so ready. Oh man, it's a joy to watch though. The beach. No, it's not. It's not winter for us. Well, it's winter for us, but you know, that's that Florida flex. You know what I'm saying? That's that Florida flex. It's warm out here. It's hot outside today. Hot outside today. And it's probably a lot of people on the beach because school is out. Yeah. Where it says, good to be secretive with your life. Charlotte call it baby position. She leaned back. She is leaned all the way back. Yes, SouFlo, you look good, brother and family. Yeah, man. See? Blessing, brother. Blessings indeed. Indeed. My boss say. My boss say, I'm just lucky, I guess. I'm just lucky. I'm blessed. Truly blessed. I look at all my kids and I'm like, you have so much to be thankful for, boy. If you ever, I think I told you all this before. Sometimes I go outside late night, right? I just walk around my yard just by myself, where everybody else is inside chilling. And I don't know. I'm just looking up to the heavens and I'm just talking and I'm like, God, if I ever complain, if I am ever ungrateful, please like drip me up or remind me like right away. You know, I am super blessed. I don't go around flaunting, but I am super blessed, man. Yeah. So with all that said, lucky. Lucky when I get snow. Y'all have snow? No, keep the snow. It's okay. Let me see what the weather is here today. And who is saying 40 something degrees? Y'all can keep that too. Let me see. Right now, it's early morning for us, and we are at 79 degrees already. And it's early morning. 9:45, 79 degrees. By the time we hit midday, let's see what the high is going to be today. Okay, we're at 77 degrees today, and the high is going to be 81. So we'll have an 80-something degree weather today. So far, I still can use my chat. Wait there. Somebody is saying they still can't use their chat. 7 children, good wife, you are heavenly blessed. Knock your chest. Yeah, I am super blessed. I am beyond blessed. Well, 40. Oh, that's New York. Jeez. I don't want them kind of weather there. I'll pass. I'm looking for the comment that said just now, though, that I still can't use my chat or something. Okay, here it is. SouFlo, I still cannot use chat on my right computer. Oh, I don't understand what that means. I thought you were telling me that you can't get on here. I don't know about that. You're not in Florida yet? Come on down. Come on down. As a matter of fact, don't come on down. Too many people have came on down and overcrowd the place. Listen, where it used to take me like 15 minutes to get to, now it takes 30 to 40 minutes to get there. Where it used to take us an hour to get to if you're driving, say, a little bit out of your city to our next city nearby, is now all an hour and a half kind of thing. And don't get caught in evening traffic. It's just cars for miles as far as the eyes can see. They're building rapidly here. It start look like a bit overcrowded. We're becoming a big city. Me not really too like it. You know? I don't really too like it. Going to Miami now is crazy now, no matter the time of day. Yes, Charlotte, Miami is a madhouse. Remember, I grew up in Miami. Miami is a madhouse now. But where I'm living now is starting to look like Miami too. Like, too much. A whole heap of New York plates around here, a whole heap of other state plates around here, up to Canada. Lots of Canadian plates around here. Everybody is heading this way. Palm Beach County full up. Yo, we full. Yeah, we starting to have like Atlanta traffic. We starting to have like New York traffic. Where you say every time you come to Florida, you get sad when you have to leave? I tell a true story, right? And then I'm going to go on to the next topic. I grew up a certain kind of way. Big up to my mom because she made sure that she made sure that I grew up a certain kind of way. So anyway, when I was living in New York, right, I brought a girl to Florida with me, and my mother take one look on the girl and she said, "Come here, let me talk to you." You know, Jamaican mother stay, right? She said, "Come here, let me talk to you." So I'm like, "What she gonna tell me now?" Mommy said, "You see that girl there? She will have man in your bed when time you know there your yard. Take it or leave it." So by the time I got back to New York now, I realized that she had never seen that type of life before. You know? Because when you live certain places and come from certain background, you know, see access to certain things and the way how certain people live and whatever. For me, growing up, ever since we left Jamaica, even when time we didn't have enough financially, we always had a kind of life where my mom always drove a nice car. I always lived close to a beach. I always had a lot of freedom. Like, we just grew up like that. So Brooklyn, New York, living, especially back then, compared to like how I was raised and how and which part of Florida I come from. If I take somebody from there and bring them to where I'm at, they always don't want to go back. And it was right after that trip. Remember, I know, a side chick this, you know, and side chick knows me have me and woman, you know, young and wild. I used to just call from New York. I'm like, "Hey, mom, I'm coming down tomorrow." And my mom would be like, "Okay, just give me your time." Matter of fact, yeah, she said, "Give me your time. I'm going to give her my time frame for my ticket." And she was like, "Okay, just pick your car up when you reach the airport." Like, my car already ready for me pick up and everything like that. Long time. Teenage. So I'll fly in, I'll pick up my car, and sometimes I'll pick it up and it's like a V8, some luxury car or something. I gave her a taste of that. By the time I reached back in New York, that's the person I said I saw in my living room with the woman that I was living with. I open my door, I come home from work now, and see this person sitting on my couch crying to my woman. I tell her about how she loves me so much and she just have to get it out there because she can't keep it anymore. And I was giving her the wild eyes like, "What the fuck are you doing here? Like, leave. It's not too late. Leave." Like, and she was like, "No, I'm not leaving. We can't do it anymore. I have to tell her I love you with all my heart and soul." And I'm like, this. You know, some of the things she did love me like that without no heart and nothing. I think after that trip there to Miami and then coming back to Concrete Jungle, it was like, they live on the beach. Them have a good life. Like, more breathe for you right now. Can we start a family? I want to be the main chick in your life. That's where I think that came from. It never come from no in love with nothing. But yeah, wild times. All right, enough of that story. enough of that story. I always loved living in Florida though. Even when I lived anywhere else, Florida has always been on my mind. Maybe because I have so many childhood memories growing up here. Like, you know, I left Jamaica pretty young and fully growing up here. And my wild childhood growing up here, like I was free. I was free in Jamaica. I was free here too. You know, just had a lot of fun and a lot of. I drive car from me at 14. I had my first gun at 14, and I wasn't no gunman. I just had access to a gun. I'm used to be telling us, say I used to carry big long knife for me because I say any boy touch me apart, me I kill that. Because I'm not letting nobody beat me into no unconsciousness here. And me go back home, go to Jamaica in a casket. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Always been my mentality. So I graduated from 9th to my first gun. By the time I 14, then back in at them time, they call me a big man. Back in at them time, we used to do driving in school. It was one of your, if you grew up in Miami back then, you know what I'm talking about. It was a part of your school curriculum. I want your next class, them your class period. Right? So driver's ed, right? When them have the car, them will have the one steering wheel on one side, but gas pedal and brakes and stuff on the next side as well. And you will get in that car and your instructor would get in with you. So we learned to drive early. And our learner's permit did not say learner's permit on it. And my mom being Jamaican now, who never got school here, she never know. So when I got my driver's license at 14, that was my learner's permit. My mom thought it was my regular driver's license, and she was like, "Oh, them girl driver's license, young here, man. When you get to no driver's license from no picnic. Anyway, take the car, come drop me off over so, and then take the car and carry your brother go in football practice and carry your sister go over so." I'm in my mom's car like that, her brand new $30,000 car. I'm whipping that. I'm 14 years old with a learner's permit. You know what I'm saying? So I just have so many fun memories of growing up here that I just yassa for me. I'll go visit any other places, but I just here. Plus, this is right next door to Jamaica. Like, I fly out of Miami International Airport before me can open a bag of chips and done eat it. I hear prepare for landing. You know, yard with there already. Like, you're right next door. Mr. Man, I jump on the plane in Miami if I go home, and the brother have one newspaper roll up in his back pocket. And him in a marina and some shorts and slippers and socks. No bag, no nothing. And he's like, "Yeah, a Friday evening, so I'm gonna drop in at the place, go out and party tonight. And Sunday night, I'm gonna fly back out to go work Monday morning." Like, we're right next door. Same weather, same everything. Like, the only thing here is the water gets cold here. The water don't get cold in Jamaica at the beach. The water get cold here. So yeah, Florida it is for me, man. Go wreck the car. I never wrecked the car. I wrecked my mom's car when I was 11. Matter of fact, I was not 11. Yeah, I was about 11 or 12. She sent me outside to go wash our car. And I wanted to drive. So, you know, I take the car and I took it for a spin around the apartment complex I was living in. And I hit about 4 or 5 other cars before I put my mom's car back in the parking space. I don't know that story, man. For those of you who've been following me, I did a complete whole video on this one. When me licked the woman car, when I hit the first car, I heard somebody from up top of one I building them. She said, "I see you." And I got scared. So put the car in a reverse and not looking back. And me just gas it. And the car fly back, woman lick one next car. That's 2 cars. And now I'm trying to get out of there because she's like, "I'm calling the police. I'm going to tell." I'm just steering wheel like this and still let drive now in that car again. And the car just spin out and lick boom, 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 2 more cars, 3 more cars. Tear off all one side of my mom's car. I went park her car, get a scandal bag, put 2 t-shirts, 2 shorts, 2 socks in it. And I tell my sister, say, me so come. Me not stay here because me know say she'll kill me. Me so come. Me get in touch with her in a year. And my apartment complex had like a security hut. So you had to like put a code in to get in, or you had to talk to the security. Me jumped the wall. It was a concrete wall around the complex. Me have my scandal bag over the concrete wall. And I ran away and went to go stay at my friend's house. And big up to Miss Smith. Miss Smith said, "Okay, I know what you do, but I have to call your mom to let her know that you're here." And I'm like, "Don't call her, please don't call her because she'll come get me. She'll go kill me." And Miss Smith was like, "It's okay. She not doing you nothing. My mom name is Dawn. She like, Dawn not doing you anything. I'll talk to her for you." Afraid, you know? Me hear Miss Smith on the phone, Miss Smith here, brrr, you know them old phone there with the long cord where you can walk all through the house with it. but at the one phone in the house, she was talking to my mom. I'm here. You better keep him over that blood clot, cause anyhow me catch him. I ring off him, put the clot neck on us. I say, you see me, I tell you that she gonna kill me. So it was like, she just angry. What did you, you mash up the car that bad? I say, yes, the car done on one side. My mom jumped in her car and didn't see the damage. I went to go pick up my auntie. Cause the car tear off on the passenger side. She get in on driver's side. And the driver's side was parked to the exit out of our apartment building to go into her car. So she just go in her car, drive off. You know, see. I went to go pick up my auntie was visiting from Jamaica. When she went to go pick up my auntie was getting in the car. My auntie said, Jesus Christ, Don, you're getting a serious accident. You all right? And my mom was like, accident? Which accident you talking about? And she said, but the whole of one side of your car tear off. And my mother was like, my nickname, she ball out my nickname. She was like, you see that boy there? That was that. I stayed at my friend's house for like 2 days, and then his mom was like, listen, I'm glad to have you and everything, but you and your mother have to go work out, your situation at home. I don't think she's going to do anything to you, man. It's time to go home. I talked to her already. You'll be all right. All me I tell this woman, say, you don't know my mother. She said she don't do me nothing. And she said she's not going to do me anything. Miss Smith is like, I'm sure she's not going to do you anything. Go home. Whoo. Boy. This woman never do me nothing, She didn't do a damn thing to me, which was very surprising to me. Very surprising to me. So she never do me nothing. But one of them stories there. So like I said, I got whole lots of stories from just growing up here. We grew up free a while, man. All kind of sitting. I got too many stories to tell you. Moving on to the next topic, though. Here's a topic here about a police officer. We're going to save the TPS something for last. A police officer who got caught thieving goat and holding gun. All right. I am truly blessed. I am truly blessed. They used to say I'm spoiled. Boy, they used to say I was spoiled. Who get threatened more than people with a Jamaican parents? Your parents threaten you so much, you swear they're gonna kill you for real. I lie? Hey, you saying the day me hold you and broke up your blood. Hey, come down! And who get threatened more than Jamaica? Any Jamaican pick the one Jamaican parents. Yo, them threaten you. So me used to think them would do it for true. So I was scared. But she never do me nothing. And thank you, mommy, if you see this, for not doing anything to me. I'm a big now. I'm a good now. You could have killed me for real in a real life. Yo, all right, Clarendon, Jamaica. The police arrest 4, including an officer, in a goat smuggling and firearm incident. This was published November 23rd of 2025. So in the early hours of November 23rd of 2025, authorities in Clarendon, Jamaica successfully intercepted a vehicle involved in what are believed to be illegal activities, including animal smuggling and possession of firearm. The operation highlights ongoing efforts by law enforcement to combat criminal enterprises, particularly those involving illicit animal trade and gun running. They had a picture of the vehicle. Them really go pick up the people, them goat, and put stuff the goat them in the vehicle, and that's how they got caught. At approximately 3:50 a.m., saying that when you sleep, get really good. Approximately 3:50 a.m., a police patrol along the Morgan Pass main road observed a gray Toyota Probox vehicle with 4 occupants driving suspiciously. The vehicle was stopped and a thorough search was conducted. Police reports indicate that the search yielded significant contraband and firearms, which could have posed serious security threats. The items that were removed during the arrest. The search revealed 3 live goats, 3 live goats. The goat them in there, man, for them life. A loaded Glock 19 pistol, 2 mobile phones, a laptop, and a bag containing other unidentified items. we don't know where them unidentified items are. All 4 individuals in the vehicle were taken into custody for further interrogation. The group faces multiple charges related to illegal animal possession, firearm possession, and possibly other criminal activities under investigation could be tied to them as well. Among those who were detained was a police constable assigned to the Specialized Operation Branch, residing in Maypen, Clarendon. He is 22 years old. The officer's involvement raises grave concerns about potential breaches of public trust and law enforcement integrity. The officer's participation in illegal activities could undermine the community's confidence in local policing efforts. No. Let me reword that for you. You see, one time we're telling us a whole heap of police in our criminal activities. That's why I always say big up to the JCF, Jamaica Constabulary Force. Shout out to the good one them. And I even say all the time that my grandfather, my father's father, was a career soldier with the JCF, spent decades serving in the JCF before retiring. That was his only occupation. You understand? The JCF even sent they sent granddaddy to the UK. And he was there in the UK doing work on behalf of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So my grandfather went way up the ranks in the JCF. With that said, though, the criminal one then, for the people who keep on acting like, oh, because them have a uniform, they are to be trusted and we don't have any criminals. And every time you catch one, they always say, yeah, that's the only one. No, there are a lot of them. The sooner you can weed them out, JCF, is the better things will be. But we, the Jamaican people, know criminals are in the ranks. You have been infiltrated and them dead it. Whole heap of man out here of them brethren were police and them a criminal and them brethren is criminal too, but him in a uniform. Or him protect the criminal brethren them out here. It's Jamaica, it's a small island. You can't change who you know since you're born and grew up with. And people are normally linked together in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? I'm a charge of that, man. I'm a brethren, I'm a brother that them kind of something there. So to find them on these operations is nothing surprising to me. You know, remember we catch a police officer them a foreigner bring coke, go foreign already, you know, in different states too, not just one-off event. So it's not like they're all good. However, I will say this, there are a lot of good ones and we always big up the good one them because the good one them, if it wasn't for them, dog nyam with supper. But let's not forget, these kinds are out here. So don't worry about this might undermine the average, kind of like the situation with the barrel that Buju Banton was talking about. Them might, even if them never thief nothing from Buju them, every Jamaican knows say out of wharf, them thief out your things them on a regular basis. It's just something that is it's a fabric of in the fabric of our culture. Them thief out things when you something go through the airport and go through wharf. And the same way, we have criminal police, we're in a uniform, we help them criminal brethren all the time. Other persons are in custody besides this 22-year-old constable. That's a young person, though. That's a young police officer. You know, they have the saying, scientifically proven, your mind is not fully developed. The brain is not fully developed, not mind. Mind is the state. Your brain is not fully developed until at least 25 years old. So this is a lot of responsibility to put on a 22-year-old, right? Serve and protect and follow all rules and regulation. No, me not make no excuse for me, because as soldiers, we joined this army at 18 and we go off to war and we're expected to fight for our country. We're expected to be old enough to vote. If we commit a crime, we are charged as adults and we're sent to grown people prison with big people in it. So, and excuse me, I make for him. I'm just saying though, expect some mistakes to be made or expect poor judgment to be exercised a lot when you have constables, police officers who are 22 years old. That's super young. The other 3 people who were detained include a 20-year-old chef by trade, 22-year-old chef, a 20-year-old chef rather, and a 17-year-old minor, and then an 18-year-old individual. All of them reside in Rectory Land, Clarendon. Each of these individuals is expected to be questioned thoroughly as part of this ongoing investigation that is aimed at uncovering the full extent of their alleged involvement and possibly connection to larger networks of illicit activities. When you thief the people them goat, what you do with it? Who buy the goat from you? Is a restaurant owner in a town buy the goat them at a discounted price, or are you involved in the Haiti to Jamaica meat for guns trade? Y'all know that that's a real thing too, right? And Rocky Point in Clarendon in Jamaica was known as one of the spots where they would push off to go to Haiti from. So I'm just saying, the police are doing an investigation to figure out, are they just local thieves who are putting some extra money in their pocket, or are they connected to a bigger network of criminality? So the incident underscores the challenges that are faced by Jamaican authorities into fighting cross-border smuggling, illegal firearms trafficking, and organized crime. The involvement of a serving police officer highlights potential vulnerability within the system, emphasizing the need for enhanced vetting and internal oversight within law enforcement agencies. The community response is likely to be mixed, with concerns about security and trust, but also appreciation for proactive policing efforts. Let's be clear. The police them could have well looked on this and say, I want our own, make we cover this up. And they didn't. This time, they didn't. So it's out in the open. Further development are expected as the investigation unfolds and legal proceedings against the detainees are anticipated, and efforts to strengthen integrity within the police force are likely to intensify. The authorities aim to send a clear message that criminal activities involving law enforcement personnel will face strict consequences, reinforcing the commitment to uphold law and order in Jamaica. I firmly believe that when a police officer is caught doing something like this, that they should be made an example of. You are held to a higher standard. You are supposed to serve and protect and do all kind of other something that we don't expect regular civilians to do. You can't be involved in nothing like this. You being involved in something like this does not just affect you as a police officer. It affects the entire Jamaica Constabulary Force, how they're viewed both locally and internationally. Because internationally, we don't know, I talk about them. You see? And it's not a good look because we're not talking about something good that they did, even though a lot of them are there doing good. But we're talking about what you did. It's like a black eye on the organization. So you should definitely be punished even more severely than the civilians who you were caught with. I would even say is either you're under stress and duress or you are the ringleader of all this. Either way, I'm not giving you a way out. But since you belong to a special unit, my excuse would have been I was conducting my own undercover investigation operation, and I put myself undercover on this mission because I wanted to see exactly where these guys were stealing the livestock from and where they intended to, like what they intended to do with the livestock. I wanted to see how deep this rabbit hole went. But boss way and frig up my investigation, man. That's what I would have said. And I'm sticking to my story too. You need to talk about the container homes. Why should a JA government sell off them? We do that already, family. You're late. We beat that one to death already. Yeah. The police could be the leader. But the police could also be under threat. You have some man out there, you know. Them gun talk for real, you know. So you see when time man come back at community and talk about, yes, I'm a police officer now. The first thing you hear from someone is go police, your mama. But police. Hey boy. Yeah, you're police now. That means that we have an inside link now. That's all that mean. Yeah, cause gunshot to reach you like anybody else, you know, boy. And they eventually fall in line. When you come out of a community that have gangs and gunmen are run in the place in there, you going to become a police officer, don't make that change. Them just know that you is a police now. So you either have to go move out of the community there so you don't get taken advantage of because you weren't bad enough to run that place in the first place. Your uniform not gonna change nothing. Right? So he could very well be under stress and duress. Right now, I think of ways to get him out of that. I was doing an undercover operation. I wanted to see if they were connected to the guns and drugs trade for meat trade between Haiti and Jamaica. I have to come up with something. The police had a flashlight. Goat thief. Yeah, he can't serve after this. He's definitely going to lose his career after this because you know how Jamaica stay already, right? That's going to stick with you. Goat thief. Officer goat thief. Nah. Yeah. Super call you around this up. And boss is a constable, new police. Officer goat thief. The police are doing about 20% of the crimes in Jamaica. I've been told the number is probably even higher than that. Especially where the killings are concerned. Where nobody is caught for the killing. Yeah, I've been told it's higher than that. But we can't talk about what we can't prove, right? Yeah. Officer Goat Thief, though, was caught in action, and he will have to answer to those charges. Let's talk about requesting TPS for Jamaica, or Jamaicans. So, there is currently no official temporary protective status designation for Jamaicans who are affected. So don't go telling anybody say SouFLoTV say Donald Trump them grant TPS for Jamaicans and have everybody line up at airport ready to leave. That's not what I'm saying. But there are strong calls for the federal government to grant TPS for Jamaicans who are affected in this event. All right. So officials like the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, and Congressman Gregory Meek, they have urged the Department of Homeland Security to grant immediate TPS for those Jamaicans, stating that the hurricane's devastation makes it dangerous for people to return to their homes in these areas, and they are without homes and they are not safe. Well, let's have a conversation. The minute I saw it, the first thing I thought, first of all, let me get this straight. I'm not one of the Jamaican them who thinks that foreign is minds alone. So you're not going to get me saying, no, don't do it. But I've seen Jamaicans already saying, no, don't do it. Which is weird, right? Come and look on them with a side eye. I'm like, you Jamaican, you there. So if them grant them TPS, you out here saying, no, don't do it. No, don't do it. Make them turn them yard and fix up them place. Wow. When the earthquake hit Haiti and America granted TPS to hundreds of thousands of Haitians, I guarantee you there were no Haitians saying, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Let them stay in Haiti. Now, being realistic, yes, lots of people pull up the ladder. When them reach, nobody else must reach. That's crazy because that's how a lot of our people are. No, don't do it. I was surprised to see so many no, don't do it. Would I want them to do it? I wouldn't give a damn. America big. Bring the whole of them come here. Why not? when the TPS end though, I can tell us that most of them now go back. That part. So with that said, remember the other day when they were going through stats and they said Jamaica is like the #1 country this side of the globe that are known for our citizens overstaying or running off on a visa in the United States of America. I said, damn. But we're such a little island. We run into the US a lot. We tell them, say, we're coming to work and we don't go home. We tell them, say, we are come for a little 2 months, a little 2 weeks, and them give we a month visa, 30-day visa, and 30 years later, here we are, kind of thing. We're known for that, and that could affect us now. That could very well affect us now. So they're gonna look at it like, if we grant them TPS now, it's supposed to be temporary. But how many of them will respect that it is supposed to be temporary and actually leave when that time comes? Or will we have to be forcing them to leave? Yeah, I'm gonna conduct an operation named Operation Billy Goat. There were so black people still. We like that to our own kind though. I see some other social media platforms saying SouFLoTV, PMP, all because you are speaking up on things going wrong with the government. Here you are. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, the crazy part about that is, and not to take off from what I'm saying about the TPS, because we still have the conversation there. The crazy part about that is this, right? Whether I am PNP or JLP, if I was, it shouldn't matter if you're speaking truth. So people like these would have you believe that is JLP alone can speak truth. And if you're PMP, as soon as you open your mouth, then a beer liar will come out of it, because if you're PMP, you can't speak truth. Let's just say that's what the case was. I never get that kind of reasoning. But I've said it over and over again. I don't care about any of those parties. During the election, I did say I would have voted PMP because I did tired of certain things what Andrew did I do. Especially where it has always looked to me like Andrew Holness is for the upper crust. He is not really for the middle to lower crust. So based on that, and based on, of course, a bunch of different reasons that I've given multiple times over and over again, I would have casted my vote in that direction. But the process is over. We have the Prime Minister as the Prime Minister again. Me, I work with that too. So me come back off of the political thing. Me not have no. And if this Prime Minister during this tenure excelled at the things that I'm looking at, then the next election you might hear me say, improve himself, man, at JLP, me say, right? I'm not seeing it right now. So when I'm calling out for him, okay, for instance, the disease that's going around, what name? Leptospirosis, that's going around right now, right? They come out and casually say, well, it has killed 6 people so far. We have confirmed. We have another 29 cases we have confirmed. And well, if you think it's 6 people alone that killed so far, then you're slow. And if you think it's only 29 cases and the government know about 29 cases, then you're slow. There's a lot of people in Jamaica right now that's fighting leptospirosis, and some of them are going to die. And the government is going to act like it wasn't leptospirosis that killed them. All right? So may I talk about the aid that came in again. 350 plus plane loads of aid. Is not just food. Tons and tons of aid came in to include water filtration system and water decontamination system. I was looking this up yesterday. There are water decontamination systems there for large communities. All them something that your prime minister is sitting down on. They haven't been distributed. He is still over 4 weeks past the hurricane at his desk. Well, now he's overseas on a trip, but he's still there thinking, do I want to distribute this water decontamination system? Let me see which way is the best way to distribute this. And while he's doing that, people are dead. Because it's far enough after the hurricane now where a lot of water is contaminated and the people are in contact with that water. More people are dead. That doesn't make me JLP or PMP. That makes me a Jamaican feeling the plight of my fellow Jamaicans and calling out for help for those who are in these situations, right? So as long when some of you are scrolling across social media and you see the foolishness, when you tell me you see the foolishness, I can explain myself intelligently every single time. If you do not find anything or any legitness or legitimate reasoning in my explanation, then be brave enough to say, I be your foolishness here talk so flow. I don't understand nothing what you say. Politics you deal with, man. But nobody could do that because my explanation is always clear. Lego is something them. You have exactly what is needed to save people's lives right now and to make them live a bit more comfortable than they are living, and they're suffering, and you're watching it happen, and you're holding on to all the stuff that could help them. One-on-one is always two. For some reason, a lot of people add one-on-one and get 9. I mean, I don't know how them do it, but one-on-one is always 2, right? All right. Now back to us now with this whole TPS thing. I think, for instance, the UK put out that they took away our visa rights or our non-visa rights. For instance, you know, one time you could have got to the UK, buy a ticket, providing you have a passport, head on into the UK if you were a Jamaican. That got stopped. And other Caribbean islands are able to enjoy that. So I did some research on one of my previous videos that have been put up to this channel. Why did that happen? And it turns out the UK as well as the USA gave an explanation. The UK's explanation is that 2 things when it comes to us. 1, when we come in at a place, we seem to bring a large body of criminal element along with us. They pointed to who they call the Yardie gangs and then other spin-offs of that within the UK, splintering out into other factions of criminality and whatever, and into other areas. So our criminal elements normally move with our community, for 1. And for 2, we have a large population of Jamaicans who landing at the place and decide, say, papers or no papers, I have some stay. And because of that is why they cut. So now that tragedy has hit us under these circumstances, and some people have said, boy, I take a visa and flag off foreign right now, you know. Plus, them are going to give away work papers as soon as we land, because that's how TPS goes. You come in and you're granted papers to work. You can go straight to go look at a job, start save money. On one hand, I'm like, yes, make it happen, please. And then hopefully majority of the Jamaicans, if not all of them, decide the more grant we at TPS, may I go foreign, may I go work, save my money, may I go work and save my money. And when the TPS thing up, I have a nice amount of US dollars saved up, I go back to my yard and bill. But they don't think that's what's going to happen. They think when they let you in on TPS, when the time comes for you to leave, you will have already further established yourself here. Come here, come married, one citizen, breed her up, or him and they wanna have baby and your extend and make family here and putting in papers to change the status and all these other kind of things. And they don't want that. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning,
Good
little girl. How
morning,
you doing
family.
this morning?
Good, family. How
Yeah.
you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
All right.
I'm
Talk
coming
to
out of the noise to talk to you. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Mm.
So I was scrolling yesterday and saw this idiot on the social media. You know that
Don't
voice
call no
recording
name.
that you made with the 300
Plane loads. You put yourself on hold, caller. It says you're on hold. You have placed yourself on hold. We have, let me see what time it is. 10:30, where we should be done in about 15 minutes. All right, so the caller called her phone is there, but it says on hold. So call back, please. Yeah, the Minister of Health, Minister of Health would never be doing surgery in America when Jamaica have so many excellent doctors and nurses. Because we don't have our facilities are not up to par and we're lacking the proper equipment, updated, new modern day technology. It's not that we don't have the brain power or capable people. It's just that them nyam out the whole of the money, the people them who is in charge of the country, they nyam out the whole of the money and they haven't equipped these public hospitals with the things that are needed. So every time tragedy strikes, we have to look to go overseas. We don't have a comprehensive burn unit in Jamaica. God forbid explosion happen and you're catching a fire and you get burned up. You better hope your GoFundMe kick in and people have mercy on you. And because of foreign, you're going to have to go get proper medical care. We've seen that happen multiple times in just 1 year. 3 cases happened in the same year about a couple of years ago. Remember the young girl whose boyfriend burned her up in the bed? And then remember the woman, because I covered all of the stories. The young girl whose boyfriend burned her up in the bed, she go to some school where them wear a green uniform. And then the woman who run the restaurant and car wash, our business, fear her boyfriend did say she'll get too nice with our customer them and burn her up inside a PR place. That's 2. And then the other one where was a girl, a man burned up him woman. But me don't know which part him did burn she up at. It was 3 of them. And all 3 of them had to go overseas. We can't even help our own. You know, when anything happens to our politicians, they go overseas. They don't stay in Jamaica. They only stay in Jamaica if it's minor. But if it's anything major with their family members or them, they're going overseas. That is why it was super important for them to make sure that they listened to Marco Rubio when he came to Jamaica, because his threat was well calculated. If you continue to use these Cuban doctors, we are going to cut the U.S. visa for you and your family members. I told y'all. Oh, so you mean so that means that my wife can't go fly out? Ross, you mean so you mean so like my picnic them can't fly neither? Oh, they knew what they were doing. I'm cutting the visas of your closest family members and you. This is not me making this up. This was public information. Somebody said yesterday, where are all the Cuban doctors on the ground? Again, somebody said yesterday they made sure they got rid of the Cuban doctors first. And now y'all seeing leptospirosis and everything else is about to happen. It's about to get worse. If the Cuban doctors were on the ground with y'all, they'll be treating Jamaicans and they would be more proactive in, water purification for community, education of the community. Because some people just really don't know no better. Them say me thirsty, yeah, man. And nobody not bring no fresh water come give it from when, brother. And I way up here so we're there. So I'll be in another water, yeah. And I wash my clothes. I use some of cook food too. And then, but when you don't know, you don't know. He who knows better does better, right? Right. So I go. But yeah, the TPS thing, I would say my take on it is make them come, man. Make them come. Why not? Everybody else get TPS, why we can't get it too? But I don't think it's going to happen under Trump. Because right now, Donald Trump is not into giving out TPS. He's into getting people out of the country. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, good morning.
Yeah, your phone did cut off?
No, not me. I'm a different person.
Okay. All right, me know who this is. All right, talk to
No,
me.
God. Nobody said me exhausted this morning.
No, you sound like the next person we're calling.
Okay. All right. Just a double back a little bit. You remember I said that the script was written a long time ago? Because you come, remember, you plan and get rid of the Cuban doctors, our neighbors, our closest neighbors, our bosom friends. Look at what the Cubans did for us. Our students would go there and study free and get world class, first class, the best trained doctors. No matter what they said, things may not be perfect there, but look at them, look at the doctors. Right. Look at one average Cuban person. What they bring forward, they are multi-skilled. Because see, one in my lifetime, he could make shoes, sofa, furniture, and I think he could do something else, but I don't remember. And look at those persons that you try to get rid of. With neighbors them who look so much like we. Look at it. Now we're sick, meningitis in Jamaica, where the doctors, the Cuban doctors specifically I'm speaking about. Right. No. And you get rid of them. The man come tell us, get rid of them. You know, this is a puppet government we have. Well, me no need to tell you, you know everybody know. Jump or fucking eye. So that's what is happening. Me tell you, say, give the drunkards them Jamaica for run and see how they run it better than the human beings. And the vultures, give it to them to run and see how great they run. I just want to say one thing before you go. I go. Maybe you may lead the way night, but the Miss Universe Jamaica girl, she is beautiful, well-educated, poised, all the attributes of a beauty queen and could win. But she wasn't going to win anyway. And the reason why I said that, Miss Mexico was unpicked how many days before to win. Indeed, she won. But did you know that there was a squabble with Miss Mexico? But yet still, she won because she was unpicked. And that's why 3 of the judges left the panel before even the pageant happens.
Really?
Yes,
man. I was told that by, matter of fact, it's in the video I put up yesterday about her and the Usain Bolt restaurant and all that. If you go in the comment section, you will see right. Somebody else said the same thing too in the comment section. So,
I think I said so, but
so what how is she connected?
So some saw the business person have ties with Mexico and the family, and then that's how I understand that it's go. So kisses go by the favor. So maybe you can dig in further in it. Yes.
All right.
Okay, bye.
All right. All right. So we're going to wrap up where our last topic, along with this comment right here that's on the screen. You people are so unreasonable. If the U.S. asks you to give up your citizenship right now for the Cubans to come back, would you do it? Okay. I hope you find sense in what I'm about to say to you. Kishana Kish. Find sense in what I'm about to say, right? I hope. So first of all, we are not elected government officials. That's first. We have not sworn to uphold Jamaica's constitution and to do what is right by the masses of the people in Jamaica. As a matter of fact, we are products of a frigged up system where we ourselves had to scatter around the globe to find better for ourselves, because those who are running the show can't run it properly our yard and can't provide prosperity for the majority of their citizens, or a way to prosperity then for the majority of our citizens. So we did have to run, right? Now, a question like that is irrelevant. You ask that because it is so basic to ask that. You people are so unreasonable. If the US government, first of all, would never ask us, the people. I'll give you an example. When Marco Rubio said they would cut the US visa, he could have said, we will cut US visa for Jamaicans coming to the United States of America. But you know why he didn't say that, my friend? Listen to me. You know why he didn't say that? He didn't say he will cut the visa program for Jamaicans coming to the US, because he knows that it wouldn't change anything, because your government doesn't care about you that much. So even if we go after their people, they still wouldn't listen to us. The only time they would listen to us is if we go after them. So make it so that Christopher Tufton, well, not Christopher Tufton, yeah man, Christopher Tufton married, but I don't know if his wife a citizen or not. But let's put a name out there of somebody who is serving in position of power in Jamaica's government, who has wife and children who depend on that visa to fly into the US when they feel like it. They go to school here, they do business here, them come out America, come shop and fly go back a yard. They take vacations here. To be cut off now, they come see them family members here for holidays. To be cut off now because daddy and mommy don't want to get rid of them Cuban doctor there. This is a talk that went beyond us, the people. This is a talk that went into their living rooms and into their bedrooms of the people who run the country. We have to go get rid of them, you know, babes. Yeah, cause boy, me know say them do good work for we and thing and Jano. Me know say we have a good relationship with them. Them people have never crossed we in nowhere yet. But America flex it muscle right now still, and you know, the big bad wolf show it ugly teeth them and we can't really do nothing, you know. Me no want to see you lose your visa. And then wife over there say, well, no better hurry up and get rid of them. Cause me have my summer trip plan. And me no want them cut my visa. And the picnic them have to go up to see them grandparents. Yeah man, then that me I say, me have to go up there too. Yeah, me have a thing where me I go with one of my brethren them from high school. I keep him something, and the next one I get married Wednesday and thing. They put themselves first all the time. If you ever think say you're right, the government put you first. It is obviously evident they don't. They put themselves first. So when the US government spoke to them, they didn't say we're going to cut the citizens of Jamaica. No more visas for Jamaicans to come to the US until you get rid. Because they know it wasn't going to work. That's why they went straight to where it would be effective. So nobody come ask the people them if we're not a part of this. The people are not a part of this. The people are victims. Most Jamaicans living outside of Jamaica is a victim of poor leadership of our country. Because if our country did have all the things in place and opportunities abound, majority of Jamaicans when they are foreign wouldn't they are foreign. I'm not asking you, may I tell you, Jamaica would have overcrowded. You know that the biggest population of Jamaicans exists outside of Jamaica? Isn't that crazy? That more Jamaicans live outside of Jamaica than will live actually in a Jamaica? If the place did set up properly, the whole of it would have there with yard and the place would have crowded. But it's not. It's not. So when they are foreign, when they are foreign, I look better for ourselves. And we are left to, we are now left to every man for himself. That's what you're seeing, family. So yeah, they would never say that. So y'all ask these hypotheticals as if it would ever be real without looking at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is way above us. We are peons and pawns in this. Okay? We the people are peons and pawns in this. Nobody give a damn boy you on visa. Matter of fact, anytime them ready, them can do that without even explanation. And our government can't do nothing about it. But to go at theirs personally, oh, that's where it's stuck. And it amazes me that Uno never see that play there, even though me there explain the play to Uno. The day after the man left yard, you see the people them group up and left the country. And everybody has said, blood fire, they know whole queue and doctor them that I wish part them I go. And my boy I just left yesterday. But me not think say Andrew did tell them say, and you saw what the newspaper said, Andrew Holden stands his ground. And them say, yes, Andrew, yes. That was all for the election. That was all for the election. Y'all keep buying that 6 for a 9. Every time them bowl you that 6 for a 9, your swear says a 9 you get and it's a 6 you get. And y'all keep buying it. Every time we point it out, y'all still go on with the but if, and if there is no but if and if, my friend, it's happening right in front of us. Right in front. Nobody can argue with me that right after Marco Rubio left Jamaica, hundreds of Cuban doctors left the country, like right after. Nobody can argue with me that Minister Cliff Tufton got on the media and found a way to soothe that over by telling the people them something else. Oh no, that had nothing to do with that. I know you see them leaving. It is just a coincidence. That's what he said. I know you see them leaving. Because here the whole away. Then the them that are left. Hello. I just lied yesterday, I said that they not left. You know, see them are left there, And he got up and said, no, man, don't worry about it, man. It's a coincidence. Because them on contract, after them contract expire, so they had to leave anyways. So if them left, which part the one them where did come back to replace them there? Because at that time did say, I go happen. They had to leave so others could come and fulfill their contract, because that's how we always do it, Them upon contract, the contract. And me understand that because I do contract work, but me tell you about my contract work. You see, when me I do contract work, there's never a gap in my contract work. Before my contract work even end, there's a therapist there to take my place before I leave that facility. And I get to know that therapist before I leave. And I fill that therapist in on, I'm working with Miss Jones. Miss Jones is on therapy for She do this, that, and the other. Mr. Smith in 107, he's on therapy as well in his this, that, and the other, and that. And then we do a changeover. So by the time I walk out the door, they'll see me and they'll be like, yeah, he only got 1 week left and then he's gone. And you'll be taking over his treatment list, blah, blah, blah. It's never them go out and nobody there and yeah. But y'all keep buying it. Y'all keep buying it. And when people point it out, them are the people who shoot down. But I realize that truth tellers are always shot down. Hey, I'm doing my part, okay? Who want to listen? who don't want to listen and hear, like my granny said, will feel. Miss Ruby, big up yourself. Miss Ruby is right here. Miss Ruby said, be good. If you can't be good, be careful. But it's best to be good. And my grandfather there, right just beside her, Mas Clevey said, I will see you tomorrow if God spare my life. Knowing that we are not in control of this, but God is. Yeah. And you, no matter how powerful you think you are and all the assets and attributes you have, you still can't give to nobody tomorrow. Think about that. You still can't give nobody tomorrow. You better hope you're in God's grace to see tomorrow. So, if God spare life, we will meet again tomorrow right here on Morning Thoughts. Be on the lookout for the early morning notification to tell you when we're going to go live. Like I said, some of you missed it in the beginning. The children are home from school for a week. This is Thanksgiving week leading up to Thanksgiving Day. And I want to spend some time with the children and, of course, some time with wifey as well. As y'all can see, she is super pregnant and baby will come soon. So I want to put in some of the family time there. So we're going to rearrange the time a little bit and then go out like that. All right? Walk good. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow if God spare life. I'm out. Oh, and one more thing. Do somebody a favor and get them some lighting in Jamaica. You could buy this as a gift for someone. These people have people that can go to them and set it up for them. Get in touch with these people and they will take care of the rest. And tell them, say, I'm me, send you. See it there. All right, my Jamaican people, let's take a break from our scheduled program here and get into this promo of a wonderful product from a company called Soninka Limited. Soninka Limited Solar Lighting. They have interior lighting available. Extra bright street lights like you're seeing in this video clip available. You can use these lights to light up your streets and avenues, lanes and corners, your backyard, your farm, your front yard, any which part need lighting. And this is all powered by God's Son. Solar, no man, solar. You don't have a JPS bill to pay. And they are available island-wide. So check it. Intelligent lighting control, dimmable remote controlled, rechargeable on cloudy days. Listen, hook up, link up with Soninka right now. Oh, and tell them SouFLoTV sent you and get a nice discount. And get yourself out of the darkness and into the light. Back to our regular scheduled program at hand. Peace. All right. Have a good one. Walk good. Peace.